Yeah.
It's always
That's a great accompaniment.
a crowd pleaser.
And then the other thing that we tend to do for a spit roast, so we've got the meat, we've got the bread, is we tend to, if it's roasting in the spring and we're outside, as is often the case, I like to make a sauce. And a good base for a sauce is stock. And we always have several quarts on hand. And then we always have lots of beer or wine or other libations on hand as well. And between those two, you've got a good base for a sauce. And so we bring a big Dutch oven, and it's a Le Creuset thing, and you can put those right on the fire. You could build a little, stand with the cinder blocks and pile embers in there. So you're obviously going to need shovels. And I use welder's gauntlets, welder's gloves that come up your arm a ways that you can just grab, crazy hot steel with those things. And reduce the sauce for several hours, and I'll reduce like 2 gallons or so of the stock, and then the stock is just rich. That's just savory. So that's like that is the intense meat flavor. And if you want to balance that, bring in something apparently dissonant but actually really harmonious. Bring in the wine, something that has acid to it that can cut that intense richness. I remember one year, Andrew, who was roasting with us over at farmrun.com, you can check out his work, but he made that Merciless Feast video, and he was roasting with us for the first couple years, and we had a bunch of peaches, like
right.
gallons of them, from the pig slop. Because you'll find if you gather pig slop from grocery stores that they wait until all the fruit is ripe and then they throw it away, because it starts to not look pretty on the shelf, but it actually is when it tastes the best. And so there were just these buckets of peaches, and he took the time to boil them all down and put them in deli containers, I think, and just freeze them. And so that was a significant portion of the sauce. So when you boil fruit or pulverized, boiled down, reduced fruit, it lends that tanginess that I'm talking about. And you want that tanginess to counter the savoriness. And then you go into the woods and you get a bunch of nettle if the season is right. And
That's right.
so you send a bunch of kids out to gather nettle and bring it back, and
With gloves.
with gloves.
Just send kids out to pick
Yeah, and just tell them to pick the tops, the tender tops, not the stringy stalks, and throw that in the sauce right towards the end.
Yeah.
And that was
delicious.
that's kind of a complete deal. That's a complete meal, is the sauce, which you can sneak greens into of any kind, and then the bread as a delivery device for the meat and a absorbent apparatus for the sauce, and then the meat. And that's kind of part of this complete feast.
So what we do, just for your party planning purposes, to make it feel more doable, is we always say we provide the meat and the bread, and then it's a potluck for all the other side dishes, salads, drinks, that kind of thing. That way you can really focus on the thing that's going to wow everyone, and then everyone else they chip in the other things, and then some great things come out of the woodworks. Desserts that are just amazing, and